Let's talk about coercive control, shall we? For those who are keeping up with the Lindsay Clancy case in the US, that's an interesting one, isn't it? The more we know about the violence that women are facing, the more we understand, the more we start to dig. And that's what we're doing right in this case. On paper, it's a mother who suffers from postpartum depression, who unalives her children. On paper, like, this is right, the theory. But I don't know if you're watching the social media on this, or if you are following the news. But what's coming out in the courts, or things that are coming out, is quite shocking. But a recurring theme, it's coercive control. That is a common trait among the men who are deemed to be abusive. So what I mean by that is, it's not just physical abuse, right? No. Coercive control is the strategic behavior that imprisons a woman in a position. And it's done systematically in such a way that she's not aware. And that's the scary part. So, I mean, first, boy means girl, and boy love bombs girl so much that the constant contact becomes a norm, becomes very normalized. It's the only person you see, or the person you see most, and it drowns out everybody else. And then eventually the woman, the girl, is gradually isolated away from family and friends. And more so because the girl will end up having some sort of repercussion from it. Either she's going to have to soothe the boy after having a visit with friends, or soothe the friends because of misbehaviors from the boy. And the work becomes too much, and the girl gets too tired and starts pushing friends away. And then in between all of that is the backhanded compliments and the teasing. But it's just a joke. It's just a joke. I didn't mean that. It's just a joke. Telling a girl that she's got pretty feet but weird toes, that can stick in somebody's head as a girl who is like dysmorphic about herself. Little comments like that, like, you're so smart, but you talk so loud, or you love to laugh, but your laugh is so weird, or you have so many different laughs. Just like little things where you start to want to be more quiet and more reserved, so that it doesn't prompt another comment like that, right? Because those comments eventually start hurting. The gaslighting, oof, that's the mind screwer. The part where they make you feel like you're crazy. Questioning, lying so much that, and making you question the events as you witness them, and then you start to ask yourself, like, well, did I really see it that way, or am I making things up in my head? Am I paranoid? It makes you question your own judgment. So, like, you're not, okay, so you're overwhelmed by them. They become your everything. You become isolated from your family, friends, so you can't rely on them. And then you're isolated from yourself, so you can't rely on you. And then all the choices that you make become monitored. Decisions on schooling or work, all has to go through them, or their question to a fine-tooth comb, drenched with pessimism or limitations. These are things that are small, and you might think, yeah, well, I mean, that's certain guys just being guys, but no, it's abusive behavior, and there's a spectrum of it, and depending on whether the person is narcissistic or not, it can go from that kind of coercive control to financial control to physical control, sexual control. It can spread. And the more she surrenders, the stronger he gets. And the more she abandons herself, the more entitled he becomes. What I can't figure out in this situation is the level of awareness that that person, the abuser, and I mean, when I say he, it can absolutely be a woman. It can be women. It's just the pattern seems to happen a lot with men. But are they aware of it? Are they aware of the harmful behavior? Is it something they witnessed their fathers do? That it's okay in their mind? Are they warped along the way? And what can we do to push back? Because it sneaks in so quietly at times. You're so vulnerable to it. And once it takes control, you no longer have control over your finances. You no longer have control over your body because it's whenever they want to do it. And if you say no, then you're the problem. You're the issue. You're not providing them what they need, and then they become unfaithful, and it's your fault. I think I've experienced every single element of that. And it was like in such degrees. Like the physical element was so early. The sexual abuse was so early on that when I came face to face with the coercive control, I didn't recognize it for what it was. Now I do. Now I'm sitting with it. And I'm seeing women dying left, right, and center, killed by men who were coercively controlling. We need better laws and better protection for women. Things are getting out of control.